Dr. Rowe here, and we're talking about friendships after quarantine and social distancing today. I'm an integrative and pediatric mental health expert who's on a mission to change the way we view and treat children's mental health. If you're new to my channel, hit subscribe and make sure to turn on your notifications so you get my videos every week. Let's dive in. After quarantining and months of distance learning, friendships have changed between your kids. Doesn't matter if they're elementary school aged or preschool or teenagers. We're seeing that people's friendship networks are much smaller. And what I'm hearing from a lot of teenagers is that people that they thought were really good friends because they might have been in their classes aren't even responding to their texts. And this has really been very hard for a lot of teenagers. They're finding out who their real friends are. And children and teens are so used to thinking that because they spend time with kids in classes, they really are close friends with people. But really, as we know as adults, it's the people you choose to spend time with outside of class that are your friends. Regardless of what we think about what is going on with our kids' friendships, this has been hard for them in a lot of ways, and they're really grieving the loss of what they perceive to be a good friend or even a cluster of friends. Clusters have changed. They may have more time to get better acquainted with other kids and teens that they have a common interest with. And due to a heavy load of homework and a lot of after-school activities, which have both ended, just didn't have time for. So they are kind of recalibrating with their friendships. And not all of it is bad. My big Dr. Rowe no is don't force friendships. So as kids are recalibrating, they're shifting, things are changing. Sometimes it's really a big stressor and other times it's not. But we should help our kids when they want our help, or we feel like as parents that we can be of help, or teachers or therapists, we can be of help, but we shouldn't force friendships that have changed. My Dr. Rowe go is to listen and validate feelings and help your child problem solve in this area. Maybe they stopped responding to their friends who were texting them, and that's part of why things are changing. Check in with them and find out what they feel like is important, what their needs are. Maybe they've shifted to a friend that feels like they get them more. It doesn't always have to be bad shifting friendships. Just like when your kids go to college and their friendships really change, right? We remember that. Same kind of things are happening post-quarantine. You want to help your kid grieve. If your kid is really upset about the loss of a friend, be there to be supportive, listen. If they need to see a professional counselor because it's that much of an impact on their life, don't hesitate. You know, nobody ever regrets getting help. And a counselor is there to really offer you insight into some of these things that really might be hard for you to discuss with your kid for a lot of reasons. But also they're trained, especially, when we go to a therapist who's trained in working with children and adults, it's really important. And just know, as being the first author of a book for teletherapy activities for therapists, know that teletherapy is as valid as in-person therapy. So don't hesitate. Get your kid the help if they need it. One of the Dr. Rowe goes is to talk to the other parent or teacher if you feel it's appropriate. If things have really broken down and you feel like you can really establish a connection between the children or the teens and they both want it, then intervene by all means. And sometimes you can talk to another parent. Sometimes it means talking to a teacher. But certainly if your child is feeling very isolated and feels insecure about returning to the classroom, absolutely reach out to a teacher, your school guidance counselor. They can't help you if they don't know. And there's nothing to be ashamed of. If a teacher can keep an eye out and help your child form new friendships or reestablish connections, isn't that a wonderful thing? And lastly, when reestablishing connections with other families after this time of quarantine, you want to check what their comfort level is with sanitization procedures and socializing. I have this awesome socialization comfort level chart that is a really helpful tool to help you communicate with others about what you're both comfortable with in socializing. So remember, if you are a child you care about is struggling, it's going to be okay. I'm here to show you how to help children and teens feel calm, alert, and good about themselves. I want to hear how you are helping children and teens deal with post-quarantine friendships. So drop it in the comments below. Catch you on the next episode. And remember, subscribe to the Dr. Roseanne channel where we talk about natural and effective ways to reduce and reverse children's mental health.